So, anybody else have the pivot out there? It is interesting. It does not do everything I thought it would do. It's kind of jerky and moves a lot. Um, and then also it just wants to like do the top of my head. So I'm just like scrouched down trying to do a video. But I wanted to give it a try. But anyway, hi everybody. I wanted to come on and kind of explain my situation. I feel like I'm choppy. I'm not always present. And I've kind of been all over the place. Like I have, I wanted to have a channel about positivity and all that good stuff. And then my life just kind of went haywire, and the pug who's snorting right now has come into Pogo. Everybody wants to see you. Yeah, see, so it's not me. I'm not making that noise. It's him. But anyway, I wanted to just come on and, when I tell people like the story of my life, people are always like, you should write a book. And I tried. I'm working on it. I'm actually making notes, and I've been working on kind of a book. But I'm not a writer, folks. Let's be honest. I'm also not a vlogger, but here I am. So I just wanted to just explain what it is that I'm doing. A couple of years ago, well, a long time ago actually, when the tiny houses came out, I was like, oh my God, I need a tiny house. I hate living in a big house. I just want one space, like one big open space with just the bathroom. I just like the kitchen and the living room, and I just like the whole thing together. It makes me happy. I like small spaces. I've always been like that. And so when the tiny house movement came out, I was like, yes, I want a tiny house. Obviously that never happened. I ended up going through a divorce. The kids grew and moved away, moved out, moved away, did their own thing. And I was left alone. I had hoped to have somebody, to share my life with, and it just didn't happen. So I was stuck on this, like, I need this tiny home thing. And then the art, I started to know, like when TikTok came about, like the whole RV lifers, van lifers, all this stuff that started becoming this huge thing. And I was like, yes, a tiny mobile home. Oh my God, this is genius. Like my kids are all over the place. They're everywhere. They're like right now, one's in Texas and one's in Ohio and the other one's here in Binghamton. And I'm like, I could get an RV and I could live in that sucker. And I could also travel around and visit my children. This has been quite a journey, folks. I did buy the RV. I bought the 1984 Chevy Tioga Arrow. I bit off way more than I could chew, but I did it. And I'm still doing it because I'm like, you know what? I did it. And I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to continue to like work on her and improve her and make her my home. But it's way more than I could chew. I could promise you that. But my whole point is like, I wanted to be able to be free to do what I wanted and to have finally have my tiny home. So that's what I decided to do a couple years ago. And this has been quite the journey, guys. This has been quite the journey. It has not gone to plan, right? So just to be very clear, my plan was to buy an RV. I was going to travel in the winter months from January to April, and I was going to travel down south and, visit friends and, oh my gosh, just like enjoy the beach for a little while and just enjoy the South. And then I was I'm from Saranac Lake, New York, and my father has property up in Saranac Lake, New York, up in the Adirondacks, up in the mountains. You've all heard of the Mountain Man. I mean, if you've been on my channel and you've paid any attention, you've heard of the Mountain Man. And so my plan was, hey, I'm just gonna like park this RV in the summers up on my father's property. There's no electricity, mind you, so this is all off the grid. I'd be boondocking from April till October, which is fine because that's the season up there for, it's seasonal work. I could get a serving job from, April till October, and live on my dad's property and just, I get so homesick. I miss Saranac Lake. So that made sense. And then November and December, come home here to Binghamton, where I live now, and work at my fabulous job, which tomorrow's my last night. And I'm kind of freaking out, which is, I guess, why I'm doing this video, because I'm like, I need to do a video and really explain myself. So yeah, I was gonna, work November and December, the holidays at Remlix, and repeat the cycle. South in the winter, summer in Saranac Lake, and holidays here in Binghamton. Oh, it was perfect. I had it all planned out, folks. I had it all planned out. This was like, this is the best of all the worlds, and I was gonna just make it happen, and it was gonna be freaking magical. And that is not what happened. It is not what's going to happen, unfortunately. So my dad, let's go back to the mountain man. My dad is one of 13 children, and they did not have the most fantastic life. My father's an alcoholic, so I grew up with that, which was difficult, to say the least. He built a home 40 years ago up in the mountains, up in Saranac Lake, with his bare hands, help with friends, help with family, and he's been living in this home for almost 40 years now, by himself, on and off with me and my kids, or my sister and her kids, or, he's built the house for us, and we've all used it, and as much as he gets grouchy when we're there, I know he loves it, because he loves us, and he loves his kids, and he loves his grandkids. Last year, in January, February-ish, he was diagnosed with mouth cancer. He had had throat cancer 10 years ago and had radiation, and, was doing really well. And then back in, February, he was diagnosed with mouth cancer. And it was pretty bad. They originally gave him like a year to live and blah, blah. Well, it's been a year. He's still alive. So, he beats the odds all the time. That's the old mountain man way. And, he's had quite the year. It's been a lot. And I've tried to be there for him, but I'm 5 hours away. So I can't, I'm not really there. And that's really frustrating. But I've also been trying to live my dream. I've been trying to get this camper ready and work really hard and save money so I could do all these things that I want to do. But in the back, there's my dad with cancer, and he's, struggling, and he's alone. I mean, he has his siblings, and I appreciate my aunt. She's like an angel, and she takes care of her brothers, and so she takes care of my dad, and I'm so grateful to her. But I want to be there. I want to be helpful, and I haven't been. So I decided, I was gonna move all my stuff from my apartment. What I couldn't fit into my RV, I was packing it up and bringing it up to Dad's, because that's where I want to be eventually. I was going to be there. And so all my stuff has been at my dad's, and a couple weeks ago he lost his house to a fire, and his whole house burned down, and he literally escaped with what was on his back. He was in long johns and slippers. He had nothing, and all my stuff was gone. Everything down. House burned to the ground. Nothing left. Off the grid. So no insurance, no nothing. He's lost it all. And he's still battling cancer. So I have decided, instead of taking my trip down south this winter, I'm going to Saranac Lake next week. Tomorrow's my last day of work at a job I've worked at it for 8 years, and I love serving, and I love Kelly and Eddie. They've taken such good care of me at Remlix, and I have so many regulars that I just love, and I make really good money right now. So I'm taking a big, huge chance, but I need to be near my dad. I need to be close to my dad. I need to be where I can be useful and helpful to him at this point in his life, because I don't know how much longer he has. And I will regret everything if I go down south and he passes away and I'm not there. Oh, now it's deciding. Oh, it's moving. Sorry. So yeah, so my life has taken a bit of a turn, and I'm a little scared. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little scared. And I'm doing this video. I don't normally do long videos on YouTube. But I've decided I need to. I need to be open and vulnerable and share my life and take you all on this freaking adventure with me. This is not the adventure that I planned. The adventure that I planned was warm and sunny, and I'm going to the freaking cold Adirondacks. Am I taking Birdie, my little RV? Not right yet. I'm going up next week with just my car and feeling out the situation, feeling out where I want to stay. If there's a place that I can like hook Birdie up maybe and plug her in, then I will come back down and get her and bring her up. Probably gonna have to get a job up there. I'm literally going with no plan. The plan is to plan. The plan is to go up and make a plan. And that's scary because I don't do that. I don't do change well. I'm a planner and I don't like change, and I'm literally doing this with no plan, and the biggest change in a long time for me. I've been, like I said, I've been there for 8 years at my job and I love it. So this is a huge change and I'm scared to death. I'm scared to death. I'm nervous. I'm excited. But I'm happy to be useful to my dad. So, and helpful to my dad. And so I'm looking for support, and I'm looking for love, and I'm just looking for you guys to just be there with me and follow along on this crazy ass journey I'm going to take you on. Well, really take myself on. If you want to follow, that's great. If not, I'm sorry, you're going to miss out on some wacky ass shit. Sorry, Mom. Sorry if you're watching. But maybe you'll get to see a little bit of the mountain man, and I don't know. Follow along, guys. This journey is going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Maybe even more interesting than when I plan on going down south and sharing that journey with you guys. I feel like this journey might be a little bit more crazy because the mountain man's going to be involved. So follow along. Hopefully I get to bring Birdie up, and that'll be a whole new adventure too. If not, it's still going to be an adventure. I'm going to have to get a job. I'm going to have to deal with Dad. It's going to be an adventure. I mean, who knows? This is the thing with what I'm doing. I don't even know. I could be back here in Binghamton in a month. I don't know what's going to happen. And I think that's what's scaring me the most, is that I just don't know what I'm doing. So, follow me. Check it out. Could be very interesting. It might not be, but it also could be. And I don't want you to miss out. So, follow along with little Birdie, with me, with Mountain Man. We got some major adventures coming up in the near future. And I'm going to have to figure out this pivot thing, this video thing that... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, bye, guys. Hopefully you're following. You can check it all out. Bye.